Okay. Hello, and welcome back to N Raghav TV for yet another video. This time, we'll be talking about Arsenal, and alongside me, special guest, we have Josh, who's an Arsenal fan and has a channel of his own as well. I'll let you to introduce yourself, Josh.
Yeah, man. I do my channel's called True Gooner. I do every sort of content every day, pretty much. 2K subscribers at the moment. So yeah, thanks for having me on your channel, man. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, looking forward to have an excellent conversation with you about Arsenal because I'm a Barcelona fan basically, but I've been following Arsenal for a long time. I like their philosophy. I was a big fan during the Wenger days, the way they played. So, yeah, looking forward to it. And okay, let's start off with yesterday's win over Chelsea. I was a surprising but not surprising. If you get what I'm trying to say, because although Arsenal were in poor form coming into the game, lost two games in a row to Brighton and Crystal Palace, but against Chelsea, it's year after year, it's been a thing where Arsenal have performed really well against Chelsea. So your thoughts on yesterday's game?
Yeah, man. It was a really, really good performance. And as you said, we lost 3 games in a row: Palace, Brighton, Southampton, and then we got to beat Chelsea. Just what Arsenal doing it. So I was really happy. I was shocked that we even won because playing at Stamford Bridge, we don't usually get battered there, if I'm being honest. So every time Arteta does play against Chelsea, he seems to get a result. So I wasn't in totally shocked that we got the win, but the way we did it, right? Going, they didn't even take the lead once, right? Going 1-0 up. Yeah, the defense was really poor. I thought for the 2 goals that we conceded, but then they got the equaliser. We brought it back to 2-1, and then 2-2. Then it went 3-2, and then we finished it off with a penalty from Saka. So I thought it was a very, very good performance, and it does open the race for top four again. If you would have asked me this about the Southampton game, I would have said it's over, mate. It's done. But obviously Spurs brought in it to Brighton, and yeah, we done our bit against Chelsea. So yeah, we've got a big game against Man United though coming up. But yeah, I was really happy with the performance, man.
Yeah, it was wonderful to see how, especially because over the season, during in the middle part of the season, I would say that Arsenal were leaning more towards possession and, trying to play, much more beautiful style of football. But against Chelsea, against, the big teams, it hasn't worked for them. They tried it initially at the start of the season, didn't work. But yesterday he went very counter-attacking football. Like the old days that we used to see from Arsenal, and it was very very good, solid display. But yes, defense of course was a bit disappointing yesterday. And but I think second half it improved when Cedric came on, and you
Yeah.
kind of stabilized with that back five. And talking and moving on from this game, do you see Arsenal sticking to back five for rest of the season and grind out results till the end, or do you think they'll go back to the solid 4-2-3-1 as usual?
I think obviously we've got Man United on Saturday, right? I think we're not going to go with the back five because you've seen how poor Man United are right now. I think because it's against Chelsea, right? It's a tough game. They're third in the league in the FA Cup final. They've got a good manager, a good set of players. I thought when it's like a big six side, yeah. I know Man United are a big six, but I'm saying when it's a side like Chelsea, right? This season, Arteta usually sets up as more defensively against these big sides. But when the games come against Man United, I think West Ham, Leeds, and all that, I reckon we're sick of the back four. And yeah, personally, I think it worked yesterday. Playing the back five, I actually really liked it. I would have probably played maybe Cedric to start with because I know we ain't got no Tomiyasu, but yeah, because Ben White playing right back, I don't really, it's not really suiting. But yeah, I really like the way how we play, how we set it up. It works against a good Chelsea side, but I reckon for the rest of the games he's going to go back to the four at the back.
That's interesting because let's hopefully, even against West Ham, it's going to be a tough game
Yeah,
with especially how good West Ham have been this season. They're in the semi-finals of the Europa League, potentially could go on to win the tournament as well and secure a Champions League spot. So yes, that's the thing. And I mean, moving away from the Chelsea game, let's talk about more about Arsenal in general. And how the top four race, it literally feels like nobody wants to finish in that top four.
Yeah,
You have three main teams which are competing now, this United, Tottenham and Arsenal. And initially Arsenal lost, looked like they were going to go out, crash out of top four. And but then Tottenham again bottled it at Brighton. Then came a chance for Arsenal. Then the Chelsea game was very important, and now that you've picked up 3 points against Chelsea, how do you see the rest of the few games panning out for you? Because you have few tough tests against, now Saturday you have Man United, although they haven't been in the best of the forms, but still it's a big game. Man United versus Arsenal, may they may turn up, but may not. It's still a big game for you. And you have West Ham, which is a tricky fixture as well. Leeds can be tricky, but this season they've been really, really poor. But yeah, what do you think about the upcoming set of tricky fixtures for Arsenal?
yeah. I think it's going to be. It definitely won't be easy, but I reckon we can get a good result against Man United. I don't know if Ten Hag will be managing it. Will that be his first game? Do you know?
No,
Ten
I
Hag.
think he's gonna stay there till the end of the season. He's gonna join them
Oh,
from next
okay.
season.
So yeah, that makes me feel a little bit more confidence. But there's games in there like I think it's going to come down to the Spurs game to whoever gets top four for me, because Spurs they got to play Brentford's pretty sure, so I think they probably win that. They've got Liverpool as well to play, so they can easily drop points. We've just got to make sure that we win our games. But yeah, as you said about West Ham as well, that wouldn't be easy. Playing away at London Stadium last season, we went 3-0 down by the way, and we brought it back to 3-3. So they've got some good players as well. So these games, right, I can see us getting wins, but at the same time, I can see us literally bottoming it because we lost to Crystal Palace, Brighton, and Southampton, right? And yeah, this is the thing. Like we have to wait and see what's going to happen because I I think we can definitely get top four. It's definitely open now because of what happened with Spurs. But I just think the Spurs and Arsenal game will be the decider for me, and then let's wait and see what happens after that. But yeah,
So, will you predict an Arsenal top four finish?
I yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I think we're gonna get top four this season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm gonna go for it. Yeah,
I
top
mean,
four.
it's been long overdue, the top
Yeah,
four finish, and hopefully, man, we'll come back to the video once the
yeah,
season's over, and we'll see how Arsenal did. And I mean, now that we're on Arsenal, and one of the hot topics of Arsenal is always Mikel Arteta, because you
yeah,
have one half of the fan base which praise Mikel Arteta, like he gets heavy praise and is heavily backed. But you still have this one set of fans who don't rate him, and I would kind of lean on to that side. Maybe
yeah.
I'm still on, I mean, 50-50, but kind of more on the outside. But would like to know your opinions on Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, so I'm on the outsides. I don't rate the guy. I've changed when he had 15th last season. I know he didn't finish there, but he was going on that horrendous run, right? There's managers available, right? Chelsea they sacked Frank Lampard, one of their club legends, by the way, and there's managers like Thomas Tuchel, Conte, Ten Hag, Allegri, all available, all just sitting there with no job. And we decided to keep him. And I thought we should have sacked him then, got an experienced manager, and yeah, because Chelsea got in Tuchel when he's got them to 6 out of 7 cup finals, got them top four, one in the Champions League, right? Why didn't we do that? Why didn't we? Why did we even employ the guy in the first place? That's what I didn't get. After sacking Unai Emery, which yeah, we should have sacked him rightly so. We employed Arteta over people like Allegri, over people like I think Pochettino was available that time, and even
I
Jose
mean,
Mourinho.
Arteta wasn't even like a big player during Arsenal's time, right? He's
Exactly.
he's more of an Everton kind of, if you want to say, kind of an Everton legend than an Arsenal. I mean, he was there for a very short period, right? And Chelsea sanking Lampard, and who is like worshipped by Chelsea fans, and and Arsenal sticking to Arteta. I mean, that was one of the lows, and of course, going out to Villarreal,
Yeah.
then that was a horrendous performance on that day, especially at home in front of your own fans. And there, but and then The thing is, people talk about him still. See, he spent 150 million in the transfer market, but coming this summer, he still needs left back because Tierney is made out of glass and he is injured half the time. And Tavares, his own signing isn't reliable for him. He
Yeah,
is not trusting his own signing. Then you have Gabriel Ben White, and then you Saliba might be coming back. Then
yeah,
you we bought in Tomiyasu, but again he looks injury prone as well
yeah,
at right back. So you probably need two yeah, left back and a right back. And center mids, of course, you need minimum two center mids. Then you need a striker, and so that's already like five players apart from the 150 million that he spent. And certain decisions don't make sense, like him trying to keep Grand Xhaka at the club. And I see many people. I mean, the leadership it's there, but I don't rate Grand Xhaka at all. I mean, he's a decent squad player. You can have him around for a few FA Cup games, but I mean, he's too much of a. I mean, if you need to get out of the top six and get into that top four, you obviously need quality, and that's what a lot of fans are not understanding. You put in a good, decent performance, you nutmeg Jorginho, and then suddenly, you nutmegged Alonso yesterday, and then suddenly fans start worshipping Grand Xhaka, and then the next week he goes and does a disaster class. They want him out. So
yeah.
that is one thing. And yeah, I mean, about Arteta, I think this is his peak. This I mean, after top 4, if you want, if Arsenal are really ambitious and want to push for the title and Champions League and better Champions League runs in the coming seasons, they will definitely need a better coach. And you know I mean, yeah, when you talked about how Chelsea sacked Lampard and bought in Tuchel, and so many managers being available at that time, and even Conte, he went to
Yeah.
Spurs. So if you look, I mean, if you look at the top 4, they're actually you have 4 top managers. You have Pep at City, then you have Klopp at Liverpool, you have Tuchel at Chelsea, you have Conte at Tottenham, and even Moyes can be added to that list, especially with the way that he's transformed West Ham. So if Arsenal really need to push from this, and I mean, they'll have to move away from Mikel Arteta, but doesn't seem like there's any plan of moving away from Mikel Arteta.
This is the thing as well, right? In January transfer window, he let Aubameyang go for free to of course your club Barcelona, right? And he decides not to bring in a replacement for him, right? He had the whole of January to bring in a replacement, right? And he decides to keep Lacazette over Aubameyang, right? And I thought that's a mistake because look what happened to Lacazette. And I know Eddie Nketiah scored 2 goals against Chelsea yesterday, right? But the guy is still very young and hasn't played at all for Arsenal. And you got Lacazette, who's only scored 2 goals this season. I'm pretty sure in God knows in open play, he scored 2 out of the games he's played, and he decided to let Aubameyang go for free to Barcelona. And I'm like, how can you let one of our star players go, who we had a offered him a new contract, right? The previous season, played the highest wages for him, let him go to Barcelona, and not bring in a replacement to get us top 4. And I found that baffling for me, right? And then obviously you said about the players that he decided to keep. Granit Xhaka, Hertha Berlin wanted 25 million for him. Why didn't we let him go? I don't get that. When Mustafi was here, he offered him a new contract, which he rejected, by the way. He offered El Neni offered him a new contract. All these players, right, that had simply holding as well. All these players that weren't good enough, he just decides to keep. Which again, I don't get it. And another thing as well with this manager, right, he falls out with so many players. Guendouzi, right, at Marseille right now, absolutely balling out there. As you said about William Saliba, we played in Europa League last season, right, against Dundalk, Rapid Vienna, Moldes, and he wasn't even not even called up to the squads. There's players like McGuinness and Harry Clark. They're about 18, and they get called up ahead of William Saliba, and now he's in the French squads. This is a thing as well, and Pepe as well, been treated very, very harshly in my opinion. 70 million, and he's on the bench every single game. What's wrong with him? Why can't he get any game time? It's an absolute disgrace for me. Ozil as well. Yeah, he probably had to go in the end, but frozen out completely. Aubameyang got frozen out completely for doing nothing, and yeah, Maitland-Niles as well. I can list so many players that he's just fallen out with. It's just a disgrace for me.
I mean, he has his favorites, and that's something. It's very bad as a manager, and has the people talk about. I mean, there's a lot of people who talk about how he's brought Arsenal mentality back and all those nonsense. But if you look at the bigger picture, it's really not that way. There's so. I mean, like Aubameyang case, of course, I was so surprised they let him go, and I mean,
Yeah,
they were chasing a replacement, and that too, and not only Arteta. Alongside Arteta, I would raise hands on Edu as well, because you're
yeah,
going after Vlahovic. So, I mean, I'm not sure if that was just PR or were Arsenal actually after Vlahovic. And obviously, he went to Juventus. But if you're going in all out for a player, then maybe then you go all out. If you want that player, you go all out. And even Bruno Guimares, we've been linked. You had been linked with him in the summer, then you had been linked with him in the January transfer window continuously. Then he goes to Newcastle all of a sudden. Then there's obviously the yearly Awar rumors of him coming, and then I mean, the rumors just fly in left, right, and center, but there's actually not much work going on from the transfer side. And like you said, letting Grant Xhaka, there was an offer from Roma as well in the summer, but they made him sign a new contract. Then I mean, it's just mediocrity, isn't it? It's just retaining the mediocrity, and you're not moving ahead as a club. And yeah, as you talked about the strikers, you tried to stick up with Eddie Nketiah, who had 0 Premier League goals until yesterday, and Lacazette, who
yeah,
has two goals from open play in the entire season so far. But still, fans rate him because of his hold-up play, with physicality, and all that nonsense. Yeah, I mean, it baffles me, that there's a section of fans who actually try and support the way that things have been happening. And talking, I mean, the striker situation, one thing that when before Pepe came to Arsenal, he played false nine actually in Lille, right? He was at Lille, right, before.
Who? Who's this?
Pepe.
Oh, Pepe. Yeah, yeah. He played for Lille before. We signed him for 72 million.
Yeah, he
And
played false. He played false nine for Lille most of in the
yeah,
time for them. So when you don't have a striker and you have a 72 million player sitting on the bench, why not try out Pepe? Maybe Pepe at false nine. Even not Pepe. Let's stick to Gabriel
yeah,
Martinelli as well. The talk has been since last season that we've been preparing him, training him to play as a striker, and he is capable of that. Is what is the PR that is being built around Gabriel Martinelli. But okay, start him off the left wing, no problem. He's been playing consistently there. But now Smith Rowe's back. He's starting on the left wing. So why not put Gabriel Martinelli? And why go with somebody who scored two goals in open play from in the entire season, or someone who's very inexperienced in terms of Premier League football? So that those decisions like don't make sense at all. And so, I mean, you predicted, of course, Arsenal finishing in top 4. So how do you look into the summer transfer window? Like, if you can pop up a few names that
mm,
you'll probably want Arsenal to sign.
yeah. So this is the thing. If we get top four, we get Champions League football, and I'm pretty sure that does attract better players to come to the club. Um, Obviously, we need a new striker, as you said. Few names I'll probably go for is Jonathan David from Lille. I think he's a decent striker. Isak from Real Sociedad. Um, Maybe someone like I'll say someone like Ivan Toney from Brentford. Because he scored
Hmm.
11 goals this season. Is it 11 goals? I'm not. I don't know how many goals he scored. He plays for Brentford, by the way, and he's scored more goals than Lacazette has the whole entire season. So yeah, I'll definitely take him. Um, yeah, there's a few other strikers. Obviously, I wanted Dusan Vlahovic, but he went Juventus. That's a shame. Um, yeah, so obviously we definitely need a new striker. Midfield as well. We need to get rid of Granit Xhaka, in my opinion, for the summer, and bring in someone like Yves Bissouma from Brighton. or maybe
I
someone
mean,
like
he
Renato.
bossed the game against Arsenal,
Yeah,
just bullied around the
quality
midfield.
player. Yeah, Renato Sanchez as well from Lille. I wouldn't mind as well. Um, yeah, these players. I think we definitely need a CDM, someone to play alongside Thomas Partey, because I think can be on his day be a very very good player, and I think we need to play, him. He needs a proper CDM next to him. Like Jack can perform, but it's not good enough for me. So we needed someone better in that position. Um, as you said, we need another left back because Tinney's very very injury prone, and as you said, Tavares is not even rated by this manager. And that showed when he got subbed off by Nottingham Forest in the 30th minute, and then got subbed off against Brighton. So I think we need another left back. I'll call back William Saliba from Marseille and play him alongside Gabriel because I think that them two can be very, very, very. I know Ben White plays there, but I would give William Saliba another chance because I think he's a very, very good player. Um, and then right back, I think for now is fine. Maybe someone to back up Tomiyasu as well. Maybe like Max Aarons, someone like that, or Lamptey. So yeah, one of them. And yeah, I think that would be decent for the summer. I don't know how. I presume that they will back him because they've done it for this owner. They've done it. He's been the most back manager than even Unai Emery as well. So I think they will back him, and I just hope he gets the right players in, and we can progress in the Champions League. Have to make sure we get in the top four again for the following season. There's no point doing it once and then just finishing Europa League again. So yeah, hopefully he signs the right players because yeah, we need some signings desperately, man.
That's, I mean, completely makes sense, and good to have a chat with you. And of course, was very glad to have your opinions about Arsenal. You being an Arsenal fan from the beginning, and he has a great channel as well. Do check it out. He does almost daily content, and if you're an Arsenal fan, then definitely you have to subscribe to his channel. I'll leave all the links, his Twitter link and the YouTube channel link in the description. Was a pleasure hosting you. Hopefully
Cheers,
we'll
mate.
do more stuff together. And your predictions for the United game quickly.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal. I'm very confident going into that game. I'm gonna go Arsenal 2, Man United nil. Come on, let's bounce on this. Yeah, got a good win against Chelsea. Get another win against Man United and see what that takes us to. But yeah, thanks so much for having me on, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you like the video, of course, do like, share, and subscribe. Do all the good stuff, and hopefully we'll do more stuff together ahead. And
So, man.
yeah, that's it for this video.